Dear students, today's class we are going to talk about the security policies which we are going to talk, and also we are going to talk about the security controls. Actually, the security controls it plays a role in shaping the action of cyber security professionals. There are three main types are there in the security controls. Number one, technical, administrative, and physical controls are there. So we'll be seeing that one elaborately. So what are all the goals of implementing a security control? So the first thing is, preventative. So we have to prevent the things and deductive. Okay, deductive, whatever, flaws are happening, we are going to detect it and also we are going to correct it. Okay, and if at all any compensatory actions, if you wanted to take, we can able to take it. So it's act as a deterrent. Okay, so we have to protect the people from the social engineering awareness training or policies. We can say to the people about the uh, awareness or the awareness training or the policies, and you can make them not to do harmful things. So main thing is we focus on confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information at risk. So in the security, we have to deal with the confidentiality, integrity, and the availability. They are more important. Okay. So what is a security control? We have to reduce the chances that a threat will exploit a vulnerability. Okay, and we have to minimize the risk. Actually, the reducing risk is also called risk mitigation. So what is the risk mitigation? So in the risk mitigation, we have to accept the risk and we have to avoid the risk. Okay. So and transfer the risk into reducing the risk. Okay. So we have to reduce the risk. Wherever there is a possibility of risk, we have to reduce that one. Okay. So when you see about what is the risk mitigation, so it's we are going to safeguard the things and the and we are avoiding the threats we are avoiding. In the security controls, there are different security controls are there, physical controls, technical controls, and the administrative control. All the things we have different control function, preventative and deductive and corrective. So in the preventative, in the physical controls, you can lock the things. We are putting the gate to our house so that we can prevent the things. In the technical controls, you can go with the firewalls and the antivirus. Similar way in the administrative controls, we can go with the policies and the separation of duties. When you separate the duties, people will not, people will not intervene with other things. Means at the same time in the deductive, in the physical controls, you can say CCTV. And the technical controls, honeypots, you can say. And administrative controls, you can review the access rights as well as the audit logs. Okay, who has logged on, when they have logged on. Okay, so what financial status, what is the financial status? All these things you can analyze it. In the corrective control function, in the physical control, you can repair the physical damage. In the technical control, vulnerability patching, you can do it. You can reboot a system, or you can quarantine a virus. In the administrative control, we can implement a business continuity plan. You can implement it. Okay. What are the goals of security controls? First of all, we are reducing the risk. Okay. So, and also, you have to prevent the incident from occurring. Okay. So if you feel like, there is a event is going to occur, so you have to prevent it. So you have to detect the incident. Okay. So you have to uh, discourage the individual from causing an incident. If suppose the person is damaging the things always, you have to discourage them. Okay. High priority has to be given on reducing the risk. The next one is the layering the security control. Okay. It's also called as defense in depth strategy. First data is there, next layer users, then we are maintaining the application security and the endpoint security, network security, and the physical security. So like this, different layers are there. Okay. So in the layering security controls, we are combining the controls into multiple layers. Multiple layers are combined. Okay. So each layer of is dealing with the specific threats. Okay. So if it deals with the application, only application threats are dealt. Okay. Network threats means only network threats are dealt. Okay. So endpoint detection and response solution. Okay. So you can prevent the viruses and malware from infecting the computer and the server. Okay. So first of all, we have to understand what is the risk and what is the threats. So, losses could be happened due to financial or damage to reputation, even, harm customer trust. Okay. So we have to avoid such kind of things. Okay. Threats. Mainly the threats deals with confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Okay. So actually, an employee clicking on a phishing email, because of that one, the threat may occur. Okay. So anywhere we are, nowadays, we are connecting with the people through the internet. Sometimes, the people, the employers can pass the information. Okay. So what is a vulnerability? Vulnerability or a weakness or a flaw. Okay. In the software or hardware or organizational process. Okay. So which are compromised by a threat can result in a security incident. Okay. So what is a security incidents? Okay. So in security incidents are an occurrence that actually or potentially jeopardizes the confidentiality, integrity, or availability of an information system. Okay. Actually, the information system stores the data, transmits the data. Okay. So sometimes violation of security policies, security procedure or acceptable use policies. For example, sometimes, the policies will be there. People, those who are working in an organization, they may violate the policies. Okay. Mainly in the security incidents, we concentrate more on confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So in the security control implementation, we have to talk about the technical security control, administrative security control, etc. In the technical security controls, we can give an example like encryption. So that is a technical security controls. What is an encryption? We just, transfer the data from another one form to another form so that, it will be hidden from the people. Then antiviruses, firewalls, security information and event management, intrusion detection system, and intrusion prevention system. All these things are technical security control. Okay. So there are two common, technical controls are there. One is access control, LEX. Actually, it can control the incoming or outgoing traffic. Okay. So ACLs are common in routers or firewalls. Even you can use it in the routers or firewalls. Okay. So because we are going to control the incoming and outgoing traffics. Then the configuration rules. Okay. So to manage the operation of the ACL, you can use a configuration rules you can give. Okay. So administrative security controls. Here, it deal with the policies and the procedure. And it is going to give you an history about the organization so that you know the policies of an organization. Okay. So to review and acknowledge the security policies of an organization. Okay. So accountable to adhere to the corporate policy of organization. And institution policies will be different from the corporate policies. Okay. So that can be used. So management controls. Okay. So it is going to manage the risk and the management of information system security. Okay. So even you can have an operational control. Okay. So that are primarily implemented and executed by the people. Okay. So in the administrative security control, it is implemented by the people. Either operational controls you can go or technical control. You can technically control through the administration. Operations also you can control. Okay. So the policies will be there for the users who are using the system and enforce the policies and log. So when they are, entering or when they are leaving. Okay. So that to be, maintained, logs to be maintained. Okay. So we have to monitor the emails and the websites. Okay. This all I would like to talk in the today's class. So remaining things, we'll be seeing it in the coming classes.